So what's going on, everybody? The reason why I'm documenting this quick video is because the reason why you've heard of me is probably because of a ton of sensationalism. Same reason why I have come across a lot of different people's feeds is because we look at the same thing. People looked up AMC, people looked up Blue Wall Street, this, that, and the other thing. So a bigger community started subbing into this smaller community. And it takes away from what my original point was with this entire channel, and that was banking and banking your money properly. Now, if you look at the definition of the word banker, it says an officer or owner of a bank or group of banks. And then in the subtitle it says, the person running the table, controlling play, or acting as a dealer in some gambling or board games. With that being said, this is a gigantic board game. This is a big gamble, and life is a gamble, and banking is a gamble. I'll give you an example of that. They agree to give you some sort of return to be able to hold on your money in a savings, but let's just say you have more than $500,000. You're pretty much gambling that they'll give you that 0.9% in return that they don't go solvent, and in the process they're protecting your money and earning money with your money in the meanwhile. So it's a one hand washes the other type situation, but you're literally gambling that they're not going to go solvent when you're over what their insurance bond is covering you for. So let's just say they cover you for $500,000 and you have $2.5 million in there. You're really gambling that $2 million for that 0.9% every single month or year or whatever you get it returned to you on. So the same idea is conceptualized within the stock market. The stock market is a bunch of different ideas and concepts that you can purchase into. And with that being said, the ideas and concepts are, let me say, just popular opinion. So the more popular something is, the more valuable it becomes. The more you know of a name, the more commonly it decides to grow, because people are pouring their money into it and such. I'll give you an example. Tesla. Completely overvalued, but people continue to buy into it because it's worth all the hype and the craze. You know, I was listening to somebody talk to me about how Nike is the 339th or something like that biggest company in the world, but we're very familiar with it, hence it has a bigger stock price and bigger value than what it's turning over in capital. So those things being said, it's whatever's most popular. What's the most popular idea on the market now? With a couple different plays that are on the market right now, AMC being one of them. AMC's gone into the toilet, no longer popular. People that are in it are just simply holding their money and not making any money. GTII is another play. It's seeing incredible gains. So as one is depreciating, one's growing. But at some point, they're going to bounce back in the other direction. Now, let's just say there's no type of short squeeze with AMC anyway, and it goes all the way the fuck down. There's a bouncing point where shorts will end up covering, even if they aren't in the numbers that they're expecting, and it will double, maybe even triple and quadruple in size. But in the meantime, while it's shrinking, and I took my money out of there, and I put it into something like GTI that's growing, as I can pull out, I can jump back into that play. But this is just an example of banking. Banking in its best extent. I am not obligated to keep my money in any one stock or another. When I signed up and purchased shares of AMC, it was only to do one thing: make money. So when I purchased into that play, I was purchasing into the MOAS, but I wasn't purchasing into a commitment that I had to make with my money. You understand where I'm coming from? This channel was all based off of banking. All right, so I bank here, I bank there, I move my money, I grow it. I'm controlling that play, like the definition says. I'm controlling that play. I take money out of that play and I move it into the one that's smaller, and I believe that's going to start appreciating before this one starts depreciating. Now it might be on the way up, and at a certain point the margins might not be as valuable as getting into the other play at a lower cost. So it's constantly moving. You know, and this whole concept of leaving your money sitting tight is kind of crazy. I mean, if you're doing that for somebody else and you explain to them, like, listen, your money is going to be camped into this play, but I'm not going to have any other funds to do anything else to make it grow. While it's just depreciating, it's not going to make any sense to them. So they're going to want you to find something else that it's appreciating at the exact same time. They want you to move that money. That's why they give you their money, is to move it quicker than they would, because they would probably end up bag holding. You know, they don't have the time or the effort or the energy to constantly move these things. However, this is where a lot of wealth is built. It's built in the market. So if you take your money, you leave it in the market, and you can do things with it, and you're very capable, this can become your full-time job, and you can become a full-time banker. So just a little food for thought. Beautiful Sunday day. I do not think we're gonna have too many more of these beautiful weather days, especially here in New England. But for those people that are like commenting hate shit below, I have no time for it. I'm not gonna respond to you anymore. Sometimes I'm gonna vaporize one of you, but all right, I'm up a lot of money. All right, I could go back into AMC right now. I know that hurts some of your feelings because your position sizes didn't grow because you didn't have the audacity to move into another play. All right, and that takes audacity. Now, here's the thing. That play is doing nothing but losing you money. Your position, whether it be 5,000 shares or 1,000 shares, represents a flea on the silverback's shoulders. So do whatever the fuck you want with your money. It's your money. Don't let a fucking community tell you what you have to do. And if one person comes at me saying that they're, you know, here to change the way that the market works and they're here for market manipulation, you are not being fair to your family. All right? Or if you're just doing this because, oh, I left some money in there to be able to prove the system wrong, and I never do it with money I couldn't afford to lose. Well, cool. That's virtuous, then fine. But that's not why everybody's in it. Everybody that I know is in it to make money, not to fix the system. So fuck you and your virtuous fucking signaling piece of shit ass. The fuck out of my face. Later, y'all.